Slow robot, okay. Today I'm going to talk about this whole Rick Beato thing. So he put out a video a week or two ago about, well, this video, the real reason why music is getting worse. I was going to play some of these clips from all these different videos, but I'm having issues with my video playback today for some reason, so I can't really do that. But I can still kind of talk through the kind of broad strokes of what I think about it. And so the basic kind of fundamental idea that he put forward here is that pop music is getting worse. And he did it in a really kind of not very clear way. So he put out this video and he kind of rambled through a whole bunch of uh, reasons why he doesn't like he just basically ran through a list of things that he doesn't like about music production today, how music is ingested today, all that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He doesn't really connect anything together. He makes some good points in there about, how easy it is now to find music, and you kind of don't have as much incentive to sit down and like pay close attention to it, at least not as much as you used to. So he does make some good points along the way in these videos, but I think the real problem is that, one, his point isn't even clear. So he says the real reason why music is getting worse. So that kind of sets the stage for the conversation, right? Like, music is getting worse. That's the thing that it says. But that's not really what he's trying to say. And the sad thing is that he doesn't actually clarify that until almost the end of his second video. So he had to make a second video to respond to a lot of the backlash that was coming to him in comments and likewise from this video. So he created the second video. I know you're angry, so am I. And he doesn't clarify until I think it's like 6:10 or so. It's like around the 6:10 mark, a little after that in this video. And this video is only 7 minutes long. So he waits between, so what is this? The first one is about 13 minutes long, and then another 7 minutes. So he takes almost 20 minutes just to say what his point is. And his point is, I'm taking a long time to tell you what the point is. The point is in this second video is that it's not music, broadly speaking, that's getting worse. It's pop music that's getting worse. It's charting music that is high on the charts, that's, making it to the top of the Spotify playlist and that kind of stuff. So again, he takes forever to get to that point. And then that just leaves a whole lot of area for people to kind of bitch at him about how wrong he is. And he's not really wrong. I think a lot of the points that he makes are, again, very salient and true, but they don't really tie to the point that he's actually making. So the point that he's making, again, that pop music is getting worse. So if you look at some of his other videos, he actually makes that case very clearly. So he does these other videos where he just pulls up the top 10 songs on Spotify and he goes through them. He learns them in most cases very quickly, and in most cases he is, not very impressed. And he walks you through why he thinks that song is good or isn't good. And again, most of the time he thinks they're not good. Um, you know, Overly simplistic things. The song it doesn't have a narrative flow to it. It's just, a beat with, a melody on it. That's that kind of thing. So he actually explains his position pretty clearly, but not in the video that he's trying to make now about why this is the case. So I think that's just a real miss on his part. Again, not because the content, or not because the conclusion is wrong, but because he just didn't bring any like actual information about to support his conclusion. So again, he's got his conclusion, which I think is largely correct, and then he's got a whole bunch of other like things that are also true, but don't lead to that conclusion necessarily. So some of the other stuff that he talks about are things like, the technology makes it too easy to correct stuff. I think that's a valid criticism of the a lot of artists today. But if you look at the videos on his top 10 songs on Spotify, that's not usually those things, those technological reasons are not usually, present in these, at least not in the ones that I've looked at. So like, yeah, they're all to a grid, but for the most part, when you look at these top 10 songs, they have a very solid groove. They have a very rewarding kind of groove. Not all of them. Some of them are pretty bland and boring and repetitive, and he does go into, he'll point that out. Like I think in a couple of these lists he notes that, the two or three of the songs on the list, on that one top 10 list for that particular day and at that particular moment in time, they all have the same beat, like the exact same beat. And so there are some cases where that's a little bit true, but for the most part, the auto tune thing, it's not really distracting from these tunes. It's not really detracting from these tunes. At least that's not the reason that he's giving in these top 10 lists. He's giving more substantive reasons for why he thinks the song is not good. Again, going to stuff like the narrative arc of the song just isn't rewarding, that kind of thing. So I think, again, he makes very good points in these top 10 videos about why those top 10 songs are not good, but he doesn't put any of that in the new video that he's saying modern pop music is not very good anymore. And then you've got some of the, like this Fantano video is like, this is a really good video in the sense that he really does kind of pick apart all of the kind of narrative points that Rick is making in his video. He does a good job of outlining why each of the points Rick is trying to make are not really true. However, I gotta say, man, if you watch this video, Anthony Fantano comes off as kind of an asshole. He's just like, talk about yelling at clouds, man. Anthony Fantano is yelling at a guy yelling at clouds, man. He is pissed off in this, and I don't really understand why he's so mad about it. But he does make good points. I think he does kind of cherry pick some stuff. I think he kind of glosses over, particularly when he talks about when he gets to talking about Rick's second video, where Rick does say, "Hey, this is the real reason this is the real thing that I'm trying to talk about. That modern charting music is getting worse." Anthony Fantano kind of picks the argument that it's music isn't getting worse. There's all these reasons why music is just as vibrant today as it ever was, and that's true. But like, he's just ignoring the fact that Rick kind of corrected himself, that he's talking about a specific subset of music, not all music. But yeah, this one really kind of rubbed me wrong, just because he just comes off as very condescending and kind of a jerk. So I didn't like that. But I mean, his points are good. So there's that. But the other thing about, just kind of come back to these top 10 videos again. The one thing that I will say is that he's very fair, right? Rick is very fair in these videos. He's very honest about why he's criticizing a particular song. He's very, like, he provides, again, very good reasons for why he comes to the conclusions that he comes to. And in the songs that he likes, he will very much praise those songs and say, like, here's the reason why I like this particular song. And some of the songs he likes are very modern, very poppy, very much not rock. So the idea that Rick doesn't like new music at all is just kind of absurd, right? He likes music of all kinds, and I think that's really pretty apparent to anybody who's watched his kind of YouTube career over time. He likes all music. He doesn't just do rock music. Like, there are YouTube folks out there who do just rock music, and that's it. And he isn't one of them, right? He likes all sorts of stuff. And he will be very honest about why he likes certain things. So, really, that's all I had to say. I know it's been a long time since I've been on YouTube, but I got kind of nudged by a friend to make some new music or new videos. So I'm trying this out, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed this. If you did, you know, do the things, whatever. I don't care. I'm just doing this for fun. I don't expect too many people to look at it, but you know, if you enjoy it, do the thing. And yeah, take care.